Yo, what's up? This is a live broadcast on YouTube, um, but uh, but it's just a vlog. That's all it is, daily vlog. and yeah, I was using Photo Booth and then trying to upload it to YouTube, but I was having lots of trouble, like it just taking forever. So I figured it goes straight in to YouTube, directly, and that way I don't have to fuck around with uploading it. So yeah. I want to do fucking like work and shit. I do some data entry for this speech morphing company, um, and but there's not a lot of work right now. So yeah. Hello. Hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. She's fine, chilling in the sun. No. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're good. Good luck. I hope everything goes nice and smooth. Awesome. Great. Okay. Love you too. Bye. So, yeah, they don't have a lot of work for me right now. So, I don't know. Hopefully, it picks up because I don't know. I'm working in this paradigm of working and saving, like, so now it's like I don't have time to work, or like I mean, I'm not working. There's nothing for me to work on. So now it's like, how do I spend my free time without spending any money? You know, just got to pour into the music, I guess. I kind of got knocked down a level. My fucking hard drive, my external hard drive is kaput. And it's like, yeah, so now everything, I moved everything onto these three thumb drives. It's like 24 gigs worth right here. And I'm going to have to work very scaled down and like very concise and make the work that I do really count. Because what I tend to do is just create tons of drafts and what I call sketches. I make sketches all day of songs, and it's just like essentially a bar or two bars of like a drum loop, a melody, a bass line, maybe a vocal idea or whatever. And then I kind of just save it and put it aside. And then I go through them later and find the ones that are like, that still sound really good to me. And those ones eventually become tracks. Or they might get put into like an arrangement, and then I'll be like, I don't know, and it'll go away, and then I'll come back even later and open it up and be like, oh yeah, that one's right on, okay, and then do a little bit here and here. But so now I have to like make a loop, figure out if it's really awesome, and then work on it. And until the point where I'm like, yeah, that's sick. And if I make something and it's not super, if it doesn't sound fucking amazing, and I know when for me, what is, and so if it doesn't sound fucking sick as fuck to me, then just it's not going to get saved because I only have so much fucking room. So a lot of it's just going to go to the abyss, and hopefully, good judgment and, a careful ear will help me. So yeah, so I gotta work on some music today for sure, and fucking and also hit the gym and go for a run. I've been procrastinating. I woke up at like 12 today. Definitely slept in, was expecting some work. There's no work. So now I just got to like fill up my free time and not go stir crazy. I think that's my main problem out here in Vallejo is like I have only got a few people that I can like hang with out here. And it's like I want to go into the city, but like right now I need to fucking sit on the money that I have and not fucking spend it because I'm in a really good position where well, I'm about to start paying rent for this room back here. Um, but it's like right now I don't have to. So if I play my cards right, I can work and save money and fucking that's the plan that I have. Um, yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the paradigms that I'm working in. I've got a bunch of other ones like being healthy and active, like, you know, going for walks, going for runs, hitting the gym, doing hella push ups, whatever, eating properly, drinking water, taking all the pills that I need to take, taking all the vitamins and supplements that I need to take, um, you know, uh, health and activity. Then the on ice paradigm is like I was explaining earlier, everything's going to go on ice and keep my computer. It's a pretty lightweight computer anyways, it's a MacBook Air. It's only got like 150 gigs. Um, but I'm going to keep everything on here. That way there's no like excess of files on my fucking hard drive. And also keeping everything on here just in case my fucking computer crashes out and stops working because it's not on its way out, but it's like the battery. I need a new battery because the battery dies. It'll die if I keep the computer on for about 5 hours. It used to stay on for like 2 days. It would just be like beasting for 2 days straight, but now it's like 5 hours. So yeah, it needs a new battery and it's overheating. It used to like never overheat and now it's starting to overheat and the fan is starting to come on. It's not loud. It's actually really, really quiet, which is dope as fuck. But I'm like, oh, computer, you're overheating. You poor little fucking thing. Like, pushed you to the limit. so, so yeah, that's the on ice paradigm. Sober vape hype. Yeah, like I'm trying to like not smoke any weed. That's what I should do. It's funny because my friends keep giving me weed. They're like, here, like big bags of weed, and I'm just or like big enough for me. They're like eighths or quarters or whatever. So I'm just like, oh, all right. But real soon here, just like sobering out completely. I have to take prescription pills, but those aren't recreational pills. They're not like fun. They kind of like give me a headache and they're for like I sleep, and one of them like is an antidepressant. It doesn't there's no euphoria attached to them. So so I take those, but I'm talking like no weed, no alcohol, just nicotine and caffeine, just vape and hella caffeine and energy drinks and shit like that. So that's the sober vape paradigm. And then I got to the get mobile paradigm, which is like I've got my driver's permit. I'm waiting. My mom's getting me a car. And then as soon as I get that, like all the time, just like be in it with other people, like my mom, whoever, and just get comfortable and then get my license before the fucking summer. Yeah. So those are all the operating paradigms. And I've got a live show that I want to do. Just a small, you know, maybe like 20 people or something like that. Have a couple other people perform as well. Um, and, record it. Maybe it's like really awesome and high energy or whatever, but um, I think it's just going to be pretty low key. Uh, who knows? It might end up being like 50 people or something like that. So, um, fingers crossed. Like it'll be like super chill and super like no pressure at all, or it'll be like what the fuck? Like I gotta fucking like it's gotta be like or it might be somewhere in the middle. Who knows? But I'm sort of in my mind trying to be prepared for whatever. I'm really hoping that it's just super laid back, maybe like 25 people or something. But part of me is also like, oh man, what if it's crazy, Um, and then shoot live footage of it, and other people can put that in their press package or like whatever, give it to show people like, hey, we want to do a show at your place. This is the video of one of our shows and kind of the crowd we bring and shit like that. And then that's one thing. And then I've got the fucking music video, which is the idea of it is slowly changing. Of both of them, they're like my ideas and like my vision of them is like slowly changing. The things that I want to happen, I just wish that like I could have like 2 grand fall in my lap right now, because right now would just be like the perfect time to fucking do this shit. I could do it like right now. Well, I'd have to, for the music video I could, but the live show I need to work on some content. But that's why the work and save paradigm is in effect, and it's kind of like, you know, I've got like $500, which is not a lot, but it's a lot for like considering like I've lived on the street and had pennies, you know. Um, so yeah, if I can break the 3,000 mark, that's my goal. But if I have like 2 grand, then it's just like fucking do this thing, and I gotta have the money to do the show as well. Um, but things will happen. They're going to happen. It's just a matter of like locking down something. One option is definitely like hitting the sober vape paradigm super hard and fucking not smoking any weed at all and getting straight so that I can get a job at Costco and do their drug testing and be clean. Um, because the work that I'm doing right now is kind of sometimes it's like tons of work, sometimes it's like a little bit of work, and sometimes it's just like no work at all. And it could like just all of a sudden like there's no work right now and I've got nothing coming in, you know. There's stuff that's about to like drop on me, but not yet. So it's like that's another option. Uh, but with the show, I want like a keg and there'd be like cool lighting and fucking like some subs in there and fucking you know put together a flyer or whatever, an online flyer. Um, yeah, and I don't know who I could like, maybe like Illy G, maybe Lucy Graw, or I don't know. Just find some people. Um, yeah, but before I start reaching out and contacting people about that, I think I need to have my own live show, like 30 minutes of like solid shit, where it's like in a couple of days I can be completely memorized and prepared, you know? So I've got Bone and Cry and Immortal. Those are all doable. Um, so that's like 10 minutes or something like that, maybe like 8 minutes. So I got to make, I don't know, 6 more songs, 8 more songs, and I'll have them be like pretty like sick, but kind of punk rock. That's what goes through my mind so much is just like electronic music and hip hop, but like one of the dominating forces is just like punk rock. Like I don't fucking care. Like I'm gonna put a reverb on this and fucking swamp it down in fucking echoes and shit like that. And then I'm gonna fucking throw some crazy fuzz distortion on this shit. Cause I just want it to sound like it's just from the fucking gutter, you know? Like a fucking grimy, dirty fucking gutter. And like, in like in the future, and there's all these fucking crazy like neo neon signs and fucking like, you know, I don't know, like probably what like Japan looks like or something. Because Japan's awesome. They're pretty fucking crazy. Um, yeah, but all the fucking songs they have to be like, on fucking point. Not all of them are gonna be fucking amazing, but it's got to be an honest show worth of stuff where I'm not like, because some stuff that I've written, like I've got some tracks that I'm just like, ooh, like there's this one. It's all right, but it's just poorly written. It's just running out of time. Got my wits about me. There's nothing you can say or do that'll get me through. Yeah, rep my crew. I'm slamming doors and burning bridges. You should close your eyes, take a breath, and realize everyone's got lows and highs. I'm fucking faking. I got my front, bro. Ha. Bet you didn't know I could steal your show and take you down with the flow. I'll take your paper. I'll top your notch. Yeah. I'm catching up now, real quick. Better slow your roll before you make me sick. It's all right, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do it live, or put it out. It was like one of the first songs that I wrote that was like electronic rap, gangcore kind of shit. So yeah, I don't know, man. In the music video, like if I could have some crazy fucking subliminal message kind of special effects and like distortion on the fucking eyes and like, crazy color filters and shit like that. And then on top of that, like have the filming have like crazy fucking different lighting, like do multiple different takes, and each take has like different angles and different lighting. Like one will be a strobe effect, and one will be like a spotlight, and one will be like fucking, like a blue light and a green light, and like fucking, or like a flashlight, like shooting like up at my face or something like that. I don't know, like, um, yeah, and then just with like lots of cutty special effects, like next level shit that like just makes it more, gives it more character, I guess. Just want to do a sick fucking video. Just one video that I'm like, fairly proud of, I guess. Where I can be like, here, check this out. Where I'm not like, oh, here, like trying to like hide it. Like, it's just like, yeah, check this shit out. And maybe like, I don't know, like 20 years later on down the line, be like, oh God, I was on some other ass trip right back then. And or I might just be like, God damn, I was a fucking crazy fucking kid, you know? But yeah, so I don't know. Just trying to set the stuff in motion. I've got plans, I've got goals that I've creative goals that I've set. And it's just sort of like sit, be patient, focus on the different paradigms. And like, just try to like move past any obstacles. Just got that. You gotta have vision. You gotta have vision. Like, use your imagination. Even people that think they don't have, just because they don't think about like fairies and magic and things like that and crazy sci-fi technology, they think they don't have an imagination. Like my dad, he'd probably say, nah, like he likes to read books that are like about real life, like history books and shit like that, and documentation on stuff. But he builds houses, and I know that in that imagination of his, he can see that shit. He can see the fucking angles. He can do the math. He can see inside of the wall where all the electricity shit and all the plumbing. He can see that shit in his fucking head. And you can do that shit too. It's just, image, even if it's not exactly what happens. Like when I think of like moving past obstacles, I visualize in my mind on very, very simplistically, like I am some kind of force that's moving forward, and there are these black orbs, these obstacles that are coming towards me, and I'm just moving past them. Super simple, positive visualization. Sometimes I have to stop and dwell on the orb, Sometimes I have to stop and be there with it, before like letting it go by or whatever. Yeah. Try to, I think of things conceptually. You can do it however you do it, but visualize yourself, like, if you're playing sports, like before you go in, visualize yourself like, getting the basket in the fucking hoop, and just focus on that and put yourself in that mind state. Not like, I have to do this, but this is my vision for this, because it can always change. Maybe it's just one of those days where it's like super fucking tough. Like you're up against the fucking, the craziest of opponents. And it's like, hey, at least you had your vision and you fucking took a stand on that fucking vision, rather than just, I don't know, even if it's like, going to work or whatever, visualize yourself having a successful work day. It's good to get those project those goals and, things that you want to achieve and your dreams and, and it's all stuff that this is all stuff, right? You get it. Like, but some people like don't do it. Some people, like I definitely, I have type 1 bipolar disorder. So there are times when I am stuck in delusion, mentally ill, paranoid, and it's those moments when I have my dream is lost to me, my vision is gone, or it's being, um, covered or veiled by this fucking illusion. And uh, those are my moments where I'm least creative, least productive, least happy. Everybody, we get stuck in this fucking, in these fucking mindsets, and people get caught up in the trappings of life. Like, what if you're like just your life is like barely any friends, you work a 9 to 5, uh, and every night you come home and just watch TV shows, and that's your life, right? So I don't know. For me, it's like, have a big dream, you know? Um, it might be just a phase of human behavior, but I really think you should, you know, um, even if your individuality is being part of a group, or, um, you know, subscribing to a certain kind of trend or whatever, um, you know, then that's you. Stick it, do it, you know, go out and fucking explore the fucking world. Or like, do like I do. Like, I do get out there and go and have fun and go out into like Golden Gate Park and fucking drink beers and like break into shit in the middle of the night, like hot fences and shit. But and I go out and have fun, and then occasionally, like, well, in the past, I have, taken like psychedelics and things like that, and had adventures and go out to live shows and go out to a bar or whatever, and like, but mostly what I do is I'm here. Like, I'm just a bedroom producer at the moment, but even if I had a studio, I'd live there. There'd be a couch that I'd crash on, and I'd be there all the time. And just to be in this zone, just in case it hits me, and I can go and fucking do it. So I'm always here, like, working on my next level music. I've got like all of these books here. I try to write. I've got the lyric book, the Being a Better Artist book, um, next level music production. So it's like, I try to write on that shit and just like focus on it. I think of it as um, basically the mechanism through which Ipos operates. And Ipos is like the main, it's like a business entity, but it's outside of that as well. It's its own system that, attaches into the fucking capitalist money slave society, and is in it, as well. But it's also outside. It's an artistic force. And through that, I have Sacred Law, which is my rapper persona. But the mechanism through which that whole thing works is making music, Ableton, the software, and shit like that. And like, I'm trying to get on the fucking. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like Ipos, well, whatever the symbol is. I'm working on like getting a new symbol. I'm paying homeboy to fucking make some crazy, uh, design art logo, and that'll be the symbol, and it gets fucking charged like magic. That's the symbol. Like it's the McDonald's arches. It's that, people get it. It's, um, and trying to catch on to where I'm trying to go here. I'm floundering a little bit, but so everything that I'm trying to do here is me charging that symbol, putting energy into it, not just money. If it's just a money symbol, that's just, um, you know, just surface level. Money is a part of it. Um, uh, so, everything that I do, like the music that I make, like constantly like cranking out new stuff, learning new things, getting upgrades, getting fucking a new microphone, getting new instruments in the future, like writing, even my fucking like me hitting the gym, going for a run, me doing this video. It's all part of this focus, this meditation of, and this, powering up this sigil. Um, you know, People think that magic is just like you draw the symbol and then magically something happens. No, it's got to be, it's like whatever you want to happen, you have to put into it to get the something to happen. What you're getting is like a shallow cause and an effect. Uh, if you're doing it improperly, if you're just making the symbol and hoping that it becomes a business entity, and if you have just the symbol, that means that it's fucking that you are on top of your game, you've reached the maximum level. No, it's got to have meaning behind it, and it has to have the cause has to have intent, and you've got to have that vision for it. You've got to put the energy into it, charge up the sigil for it to work. And that's like, that's a metaphor, because I don't, you know, totally believe in magic, I guess. You know what I mean? I do believe that there is this thing that we think of as magic. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in our vocabulary, But people's ideas of it, maybe there's certain misconceptions. And the way I think of it is like that's another way to think of it is that the symbol Ipos, that entity, I think of it um, as just like a focus point for everything. Probably just reiterating myself, but I'm trying to get into the deeper psychology of, um, of what I'm doing musically. But I'm still like I'm on such a low level still, or at least I feel like it. Like I can make some alright shit, but I'm still not making exactly what I want to make. I'm still on the way, you know. Um, So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut it and hit the gym and do my daily thing. So yeah. All right. Deuces.